just gotta run, and ain't nobody gonna hold you, and everybody needs someone. Don't try to go alone, don't say I never told you. When you wake up tomorrow and your heart ain't feeling right, I'd love to steal up all of them, say goodbye to pain and sorrow every day and every night. I once heard somebody say, this is living don't come easy, and you never find your way. And if you try to walk alone, you're already lost believing. And if the word rings true, and there's darkness before light, find somebody and get together, make love last forever, every day and every night. When the whole damn world is beating you down, what about when you get burned from the tricks you never learned, and now you're dead on the ground? The story's sad but it's true, and it can get the best of anyone. Loneliness won't get you through. You're gonna need to find a friend, gonna need to find someone. And if you wake up tomorrow and your heart ain't feeling right, find love to steal or borrow, say goodbye to pain and sorrow every day and every night. Every day and every night.
Well, hello today. How are y'all today? Hello today. How's your Monday going? It is a Monday. We've had big sports weekend for sports fans. My Indiana Fever. Going to the final. 5 of 5. Gonna be 5, 3 games of 5. And I just realized I don't have my watch on. I might have to go get my watch. Hold on just a second. Well, you got to have your watch on. I don't know why I have to have my watch on. I guess I just feel I didn't want to come in here naked. So good morning, Fletcher and Sarah, or afternoon, Victoria Burgess. Good to see you. New here. Okay, welcome. Holly S. Great Dane lover. How are y'all today? We are going to talk about we're going to talk about manipulation. I know the other day we talked about gaslighting, and stuff like that. Well, manipulation is all a part of gaslighting. I mean, gaslighting is a part of manipulation. So, did you ever meet someone online who always plays the victim, blames everyone else, and then changes a story when it suits them? I mean, if you're going to talk about Brittany, yeah, that happens all the time. And I want to show you a pattern. We've got some clips today. We're not going to watch whole videos or anything. We're going to watch parts of some videos, and we're going to go right into the timestamp and get right into it. But I want to show you the pattern, because when you call it out, you don't want to, I mean, I'm not really trying to attack her necessarily, but just show the patterns, because I don't think like her enablers get that. The people who are in there giving her money and everything, I don't think they understand how they're being manipulated, because I think a lot of times we don't understand, we don't see it when we're being manipulated. Some people are just naturally manipulative, right? One, they make dramatic victim claims. It's always, I'm the victim, it's them, they, those people, I'm the victim, I'm not doing anything wrong, I didn't fall asleep, I didn't, I wasn't an hour late for my live stream, I didn't show my boyfriend's social security number and everything. I didn't dox my own husband. It's like they did it. Their fault. They did it. Their fault. Two, they blame others instead of taking responsibility. Again, their fault, their fault. And three, private messages or later posts or videos contradict their story. So we've seen this go. Most people have seen this who follow Brittany, but you might not have picked up on that it was manipulation. You might have just, you can attribute it to a lot of things. But if you want to be more specific, and people had asked me to talk more like I did about what happens to the children when you lie to them and do all the things that are done. And so I thought, well, let's go in here and talk about manipulation. Manipulation in psychology is defined as an action designed to influence or control another person, usually in an underhanded or subtle manner, which facilitates one person's aims. So if you're trying to get money, or you're trying to get people to stop saying you're not a good person, or you're trying to distract from, like for Brittany, it would be those, all that money that was raised for an attorney that apparently really, if she paid $2,000 for all those C&Ds, that's a problem. So, it's underhanded or subtle, and actually as a person, the person doing it may not even realize, hey, I'm being manipulative. It's just a built-in characteristic for some people. And it does go along with personality disorders oftentimes, but I'm not here to diagnose anybody. Methods someone may use to manipulate another person may include seduction, suggestion, coercion, and blackmail. We've seen all of that. I'm going to point out little things when we're in the middle of these. Manipulation is generally considered a dishonest form of social influence. And I mean, anybody who has a channel is an influencer. They may influence 2 people. They may influence 1,000, 10,000, anybody who's putting themselves online, especially having a channel that you go live on all the time and stuff, you're an influencer. That doesn't mean you're a good influencer, but you're influencing others. And so that's where we stand with that. So it's often dishonest, and it's used at the expense of others. Humans are inherently capable of manipulative and deceptive behavior, with the main differences being that of specific personality characteristics or disorders. So let me see what y'all are saying over here. Hey, Laura Woodhams, Sarah. That's why she sent some of Xmod C&Ds. Oh, you got a C&D? Good afternoon, Nicole. You got a C&D? So let's see the mechanics, why they do it. It gains sympathy and silences critics. Blame shifting redirects responsibility. Lying or changing facts prevents accountability. Am I always saying you don't show any accountability? Well, lying and changing facts prevents that. You can, the way you move around and you lie over here and you lie over there, you can never be accountable. And repeated performance builds a loyal base that defends the person emotionally. There's so many emotions packed into all this. And I would say that, you know, Brittany's got a built-in thing. She's got the supposed abusive alcoholic husband who you never know what's going to be said or done. You've got children in the picture who are talked about all the time. And then I don't bring my children on here, but you do bring your children. You brought them on there just over the weekend at one point. Hey, Janice, you brought him in there, and she sent them to us ex-mods. Oh, did she send them from herself? Oh, I see. She wrote them herself. I wonder why she didn't just send C&Ds herself instead of paying an attorney all that money for them. But I mean, he's supposedly going to take everybody's channels down, or those people's channels down, which a C&D would be a step in that. But I mean, it would be a step in doing something bigger because you want to make an effort. But if you're going to send a C&D, then you need to stop talking about those people. You need to you just shut up. Don't talk about them anymore. She said it to stop verbal and physical abuse. That's not what's happening, and how you can physically hurt someone online, right? Mm-mm. Well, maybe she gets physically abused by someone else. I mean, I don't know, right? I don't know. But yeah, that's where we're at. So the first clip we're going to look at, she's going to start lying, and she won't show proof and stuff. So let's go ahead and get into this. Oops, I got to add this up here. There we go. Make sure you can hear it when it starts. There's a lot of
just a minute
dead air when she's on. She said just a minute. Hey, TJ.
All right, welcome to the Gummy Squad. What an awesome,
can y'all hear her?
Surprise. Irony Rose says, we thought that it was YouTube with me too, but you finally found me every time. I've been blocked, but I don't know if it's happening a lot. Well, there was a couple times where I didn't.
Okay, just a reminder, this is back when people were saying they were blocked, and she was going into her phone and she's saying you're not blocked, and I'll prove it. But of course, she's not going to show her blocked. I mean, I'm not going to show my block list either. But she's using it as some kind of tactic. I'm not even sure what, but that's what she's doing.
Find you though. So I don't know. I have no idea. Christine says, I'm a member to your other show. Is it okay? I can still hang out here? Yeah, of course. Of course.
This person came in and they've got a membership on our other channel. I don't know why they're asking if they can still hang out here. You know, you don't have to be a member to hang out on anybody's, but you can't type because she puts it on members only to keep the trolls out. But she also gets more people to join because they want to be able to chat. And that's the reason most people join a channel that never gives you anything back. I'm talking about her. You never gave away the cup. You never do what you say you're going to do. You're going to start making videos. You're going to start going live earlier. You're going to go live during the day when the kids are at school. You're going to have a members only live stream. You don't do any of that. You don't give your memberships come with giving back. Either you get videos early, you get members only videos, you do giveaways, you do, things that you might not normally do on your channel, like I used to go out and I didn't do members only, but I'm going to do that if I get remonetized, is, go out in your area and show things. I've done that here and show, this is little neat things about my town. And I may not want to put those on. This kind of things you give back to people for being a member. And, member perks for most people is just being able to chat when they do members only. Oh, yeah, she'll oftentimes, I guess, put her, I don't know, because I'm not a member, but she will put her lives on members only to hide them from people. But as far as really doing something to give back to your members, giving away memberships, I mean, that's cool. That gives somebody a membership for a month, and I would do it too. But that's not worthy of a member. Like, it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be giving something back for that.
Yeah, you don't have to be a member. No one is being blocked by YouTube, guys.
Then they're saying they're blocked. They're being blocked by YouTube. Now, I will say that if she's got hidden words, if she's got words that you hide, you put name, like if you don't want somebody to talk about a creator, or you don't want somebody to say certain words, you can put it in your studio, in your back office, and it blocks those words. I've got that on a few creators even. And so if you come in here and you say one of these words that's blocked, it's just not going to show up. It's not going to, it'll be held. And when I have mods in here, I would tell them, if those pop up, it's a blocked word, because I don't want that to show up. So they would see it, but y'all wouldn't see it. And so it could be that these people are typing in something that she's got blocked, but I don't know if she has any words blocked in her back office.
Courage and Harmony, are you saying that I'm lying, that people are being blocked here? I'm telling you, either it's a glitch, people are being timed, like people are having some type of restriction put on them. I've been told that people in my chat are being reported. And I'm telling you, I have no reason to lie. I absolutely can show proof. See, that a lot of the time
I can show proof, but she never shows proof. I'm just trying to bring out the manipulative stuff. We're not like reviewing everything she does, but oh, really, TJ? I didn't know that. If you're a sub and you're being reported, you will be notified by YouTube. Okay. Yeah, the point of me showing this is that she just manipulates everything. She's not going to show. I can show you proof. We'll show it then. You're always saying you can show proof, but you don't show it. That's what I'm saying.
People are not blocked. Angela Luster was never blocked. I never could find her in my block list. I went to Angela's account and I saw she was not blocked. I know, Kitty Catty, I'm going to have to go look. I don't see. I didn't see that you were blocked. Hold on 1 minute.
Then she goes and takes these long pauses to go see if people are blocked. I mean, I would say, look, if this is happening on my channel, I'm going to say, I'm sorry you're blocked. I can't do it right now. I'm right in the middle of a live stream. I'm sorry you're going to miss out on chatting during this live stream, but I'll check it afterwards. I'm not going to make all of my people that are watching who've probably been waiting for hours on her to start for, y'all to wait on me to go check my blocked list, which I'm sure is her block list has to be really, really long with all the fighting that goes on and all the back and forth. Mine's pretty long, and a lot of that's been in there for years. But hey, William, good to see you.
It's absolutely amazing to me how people will come in here and just intentionally refute what I'm saying. Just because they don't like me. They're like, oh, yep, She's wrong. She's lying, guys. Don't listen to her. Like, that's so crazy.
You do lie.
You should change your name, Courage and Harmony, because you're certainly not acting courageous and harmonious at all. Just saying.
Dead air. Dead air.
Hey, Tracy G. I mean, Brittany, that makes sense to me. Right. It does to me too. I mean, I can't explain what else. Irony Rose says that wouldn't surprise
This Irony Rose, didn't she just leave Brittany last night or yesterday? Do y'all know? I think she said that last night. Not sure.
me, but I can always go in other chats, and it looks like it would stop me from chatting anywhere if it was reports. I wish that I could figure out what it is, Irony Rose. I really have no clue. That's just a theory. You know what I'm saying? I can't say for certain that
But you're going on and on and on about this, and you probably just have her blocked. You probably blocked her. She probably was in somebody else's chat and you got mad. And so you said, well, fuck that. I'm not going to have her in my chat anymore. And you blocked her. There's obviously something going on.
that's what YouTube's doing. I don't know.
YouTube didn't do it.
That's just a theory. To me, I think personally, maybe it's a glitch. Maybe it's just a glitch that's happening.
It's not a glitch.
I guess I could probably reach out to YouTube and try to ask them.
Okay, TJ. So you and Rose and Daisy Duke got into an argument and Irony Rose left. What do you mean you got into an argument? You and Daisy Duke got in an argument with somebody, and then yes, but Irony Rose harassed a newly widowed woman for BJ's shame on her too. I don't know what y'all are saying. Anyway, we're almost
Maybe see if we can find out that way. Yeah, TJ. Roll a Mile Investigates. Hello, Roll a Mile Investigates. Hey, Casey. Casey Chiefs for Life Hybrid.
Daisy Duke and Irony Rose were arguing. I don't know what happened, but Irony Rose left because she was upset. Okay. But you're still over there, TJ? I'm trying to figure, I don't know who's her mods. All right. Now we're going to watch. This next one is about, wait. 2022. Oh. 2037. Here we go. Okay, we're going to look at talking about money and being a baby mama, being a mama and stuff like that, and preying on people. It's manipulative when you talk about how poor me and I've got all this stuff to do, and then you portray your home life as this just out of control. You've got 5 kids and you've got this man child and you've got to do all this stuff that, only you can do. And then you still got to go live, and it's horrible.
Brenda. And
then the money flows in.
Brenda girl.
Good for you, TJ.
I went over to, all right, hold on a second. Whew.
You're everywhere.
Sorry about that. Well, John, I'm a mama, right? John says every time I come to this channel, it's silence. I'm a mama, okay? And I have kids. And if my kids need something, I'm not going to brush them off and stay on the live. I put a disclaimer out all the time. I make it clear to everybody, listen, I humbly apologize. I'm going to try my best not to pause and mute as much as possible. But if one of my kids or both of my kids, 5 of my kids, however many, need me, That's priority. They're my kids. So
I don't really think that it's the children. Yeah, she's using her children as an excuse. And then she doesn't even like she brings them up and has them and talks to them and talks about their personal stuff and their, you know, um, diagnoses and has that you can hear them in the background. And but I really don't think that pausing to go help your child is the big interruption that everybody's worried about. Everybody's worried about when you're late and when you're like, hold on, just a minute, just a second, and you're going and doing something else. It's not the children. You keep bringing and using them as an excuse. We talk about you and how you treat your children, but you got to always bring them up and make yourself look like the poor, pitiful me.
John, that's not your place. It's not any of your business. That's nobody's business. Maybe I want to do it. How about that? Maybe I want to be the one to go get my kids and help them.
Sorry, y'all are sick. You're sick.
Brittany, you were gone and maybe didn't see, but your baby would like a light bright to help bring over. Oh, that's a good idea. Oh my God, I love those.
Well, yeah, when Craig needs something needs something brought upstairs. I mean, you're on a live stream. You're earning money so that he can have smart rings and smart watches and alcohol and all the stuff that he's bought lately, computers, styluses, all kinds of stuff. And and you're raising money for attorney fees, but you're doing all this stuff in the background. And then it's stupid. Excuse me, it's stupid. Her son asked her last night if she was still mad. She muted for a couple of seconds only. Oh no. I wonder what she was mad about.
I love those when I was a kid. That is really good.
What? He made her clean it up. Has he been around in the last has he been around this weekend? I haven't heard him in the background since last week. Maybe about Tuesday or Wednesday. Have y'all heard him in the background? Last night got me. It's crazy, and watching something on YouTube can bring back some pretty bad memories. Oh no. Her public lives are no one's business, but families of missing kids who don't know her are her business. Yes, she can talk about Kylie Rodney after Kylie Rodney's mother said, please don't talk about this anymore on YouTube and stuff. And she kept on going. She talked about personal stuff, about, people at Idaho 4, people, the girls that lived in the house, people that, were witnesses or possible suspects. Yeah, that's what some true crime people do. They really dig into those other people around the case. And you dig into you dig into all that stuff. So if you're on here blaming your problems on your children being in the background and you having to pause, when you're pausing for your children isn't really the problem. He's been missing in action for days. Last he said to her was she's on her own. Yes, Sarah, I remember that. He said that and apparently left the room, and we've never seen him or heard him since. That's kind of scary. Maybe he moved out and left her the house. I don't know. Holly, I'm sorry. Got to go through that. Okay, that's personal between y'all. Hit a meeting today. That's good. Hey, Bliss Blessings. Welcome. Good to see you. Holly S. was definitely eye-opening for many who weren't seeing it. Yeah, if you're troubled by listening to someone, it's really best just to stay away. And I know I know how hard that is, but the best thing you can do, and also advice that one of my friends on here told me just yesterday, just don't watch it. And I'm like, okay. Where is Craigie? I wonder, since he tested positive for THC on drug tests, if he was asked to leave. THC is illegal in North Carolina. Skeptical me. Was he, when she showed that test, was it showing up as positive, or was his all negative too? Because we know he uses Delta 8, which I've heard shows up as THC. Hey, Just Irish, good to see you. I love this. I love the chat, but I had it on. Oh, yeah, you can watch it on TV. Her disrespect of victims' families is what caused everyone to review her, but she still doesn't understand why she shouldn't do that to these families. I'm going to say that I've wanted to cover some true crime that happened in my state. And the reason that I don't want to do it is because I just feel like that's personal to people. I don't know. I know that people cover true crime, but I'm just afraid of saying the wrong thing, or that, reporting something that that hurts the family somehow. There's a case going on right now where a father chased down his basically kidnapped daughter with a man who had been charged with 34, 37 charges of having child porn, had already assaulted, raped this child, a teenager. And he had come to the house and she was with him, and the dad went and found them. And the man, the kidnapper man, ended up dead. Okay. And I want to cover that, but the family actually wants people to cover it because they're charging the dad with felony murder, right? And he saved his daughter, and the only thing that will happen, that we hope will happen, is jury nullification, because he was saving his daughter. But he had a gun. He's a military guy, and he went and saved his daughter. So I mean, I don't know what should happen, other than I know what 99% of the people would have done in that situation. And I still want to cover it, but I'm just afraid of hurting their case, or hurting the family, or I don't know. I was a newspaper reporter for 10 years. And you reported truth, and you didn't embellish, and you didn't, make things up, and you didn't look into, people's private lives. It was, you just don't do that. And so I'm torn between my journalism days and my, YouTube stuff. So I don't know, but I don't do that. Holly, you can go in and say hi to everybody and then leave. Oh, you're missing your friends. Let's see. He was, so he, and they admitted, and oh, cool. It was okay. So now I wonder, but maybe that is true. Maybe he's staying off. Maybe he's staying off to not further cause issues, because he was causing a lot of issues, especially once that gun got pulled. He was causing a lot of issues. So it may be that she said, look, you're going to make us lose our kids. And he was like, well, I'll just stay upstairs. That makes sense, but wow. Yeah, it is. It's just a different form. I'm in Arkansas, and we have medical marijuana. You have to have a doctor's prescription for it, and you get an annual license, and you have to get your doctor to sign it every year. You have to get your doctor or a doctor to write it every year. And we also had Delta 8 available at stores in our state, but they banned it a few months ago, I think. But yeah, they're similar, right? It's all part of the same basic plant. Yeah, the questioning the Idaho roommate's actions after BK pled guilty infuriated you. Yeah, Irish. I mean, he pled guilty, and we've seen why after he did it. But before that, we weren't privy to a lot of that information. And I understand. I was always like, it just doesn't seem like they have enough to really say that he did it all by himself. But he did. I mean, and you see it now. But I mean, and there are still questions, right? You can go on forever about that. But no, I heard of that case and hope he gets those charges dropped. Oh yeah, Sarah. Well, they had I'm talking about Aaron Spencer, and he had a trial scheduled. It may be this month, actually. They put it off a few months. I'll have to look that up. To me, the most important thing would be to just not insert your opinion, talk about the facts, and don't place blame on people without facts to back it up. I think that people who do true crime have to have a certain decorum, and I think that you have to stay focused on what you're doing and make sure that you're not embellishing things. And I don't think that Brittany is. I don't think she's able to do that because there's too many interruptions. And I mean, I saw videos this morning of her nodding off last night. It was horrible. She kept doing it. And it's just so much, like all the time. She does it in a nasty, judgmental way. There are other big TC creators who cover it. There are so many creators who cover it right, cover true crime right. I mean, I personally think that Jay's a good creator. There's also, even bigger. I know she's got over 100,000 on her true crime channel. But I think that, as far as like this little area, I think she does a good job. I know she does a good job. I saw Craig's test results along with his social and his signature. Yeah. I didn't see that. I heard that, she put it up and then it got, her live stream got deleted. You're in Arkansas, TJ? Which part? And are you a Razorback fan? Skeptic, his social security number, that is so wrong. Yeah, you just freaking dox your own person. He wished harm on Jay is for Justice. I believe that was the same night he was last in her background. Oh. Hey, pretty sweet pea. Darling Barb, I'll take that. I'll take that. That's nice. You would carry it well and professionally with preparation for that live. For me, it's the commentary, laughing, and straight disrespect. Yeah, I think I could do it. Nicole's in Arkansas as well. Wow, this is crazy. Yeah, I mean, I think I could. It's just that I want it to be so perfect, I don't know. If I live closer to where they're having the trial, I would cover the trial, but I think it's like a 2-hour drive for me. And that would be a really long day for me. Lots of Arkansas people in here. I'm in Hot Springs. I already say that on my channel. So yeah. Oh, Melanie Little has been covering Aaron Spencer. I hope she's doing a good job. I don't know her. I'll have to check that out. I think we all agree she should cover true crime. She shouldn't cover true crime. Craig and Brittany were disrespectful. Aaron's trial is in January. Okay. Yeah, again, it's in Lonoke County and I'm in Garland County, and so it's with morning traffic and everything, I'd have to get there. I don't know. Oh, you're in Hot Springs, TJ? So am I. We should meet up. I'm in Hot Springs, and the Hogs just fired the head coach who lives in Hot Springs, has a lake house here, and a bunch of defensive coaches. But yeah, that's a big old mess up there in Fayetteville. I do too, Sarah. I think she showed that on purpose to try and get other creators who were reviewing her in trouble, but they were smart enough not to show it. Yeah, I believe that too. It seemed like the little blip I saw, somebody was showing how weird she was acting when she was doing it. And if you've got a piece of paper in front of you or a form online, it's easy to see that stuff's all there. She claims she's trying to be careful, and then she just puts it up. Okay, skeptical. I appreciate you coming in. Gotta run. Yeah, keep listening too. Guilty of Crime is great, and of course, Grizzly. I can do it. Well, I might do some stuff. I've done a little bit of true crime, but not really. Miss Sarah says, I'm in school for forensic psychology. Serious question for current and former BJ supporters. Did or do you get cult vibes? I feel she uses cult tactics. like which cult tactics? Because we're talking about manipulation today. And I was talking about how she manipulates using her children, and it's always everybody else's fault, and she doesn't take accountability. And what are some other things that she uses her children. She always says she's going to show proof, but she doesn't. And that, keeps people coming back, and the feeling sorry for her gets her donations. And on one of these clips we're going to watch, it shows her just money starts pouring in because people feel sorry for her. So, all those are, but I'd be interested in what cult, other than the religious kind of cult that she and her husband, or her and Larry seem to be kind of, on the outskirts of, or something. Holly says, I started with her during the Audrey Cunningham case, which was only about an hour from me. I figured she was local because of her accent. She did a really good job on that case. Okay. Melanie Little was a civil attorney. She is amazing. Covered Karen Reed and covers. Okay. Yeah, I'm the psychology major. I'm not the law person, but I still think I could do some of it. We'll see what I end up doing over here. Last week, that was solved since being open since 91. Pretty Sweet Tea says, I haven't watched Brittany in a while. I depend on clip channels, but I have heard no Craigie. Hey, Shannon Marie, good to see you. Yeah, I want to find out, where is Craig? Sarah, if you watch most creators, they use some tactic of cultism, but mostly manipulating their viewers. Yeah, the manipulation is just over the top, coming after us. Yeah. Not a cult, but a con artist. Yeah. Hey, Sunset Gazing. Thanks for being here. Miss Peacock, Cult of Jesus. Just my opinion. I'm turned off by people using religion lately, and the disgusting things her and her man say about religion. Yes, they are a little bit, not a little bit. They are what you would call fringe, I guess. They're not your basic go to church on Sunday, and then they're the radical type, saying everyone is out to get us, meaning everyone gets everyone in a tizzy, and it makes you feel worried for them. I mean, when the DV came out, weren't you worried for her? Weren't you worried that she was going to continue to get harmed because it all got brought back up? Concerned because, he's sitting right there. Just to me, it did. It's a mix of covert narcissism and histrionic, but I'm not a professional. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of cluster Bs around in online, and sometimes the most vile people get the most attention and the most money and the most subscribers and all that, when they're really kind of being vile. But I think the stuff is coming out about YouTube is nasty from each side. Don't talk about people's drama of any kind. Can't call him a liar because we don't know for sure whether it happened or not. Yeah, I would love to have studied psychology more than just one degree, and it's so broad. But I was going to go into being a therapist, being a counselor. So I was going to go and get that social work, which you can do counseling with. But I did not know that his test came back positive for that. All right, let's listen to this some more.
I like that idea, and they're probably big enough for one now, because I always wanted to get them a Light Bright when they were.
Are her children, aren't they too old for Light Bright? She's talking about, aren't her children? It seems like they're too old to have somebody turn on a night light for them. Most night lights, you just plug it in and it comes on. I don't know. They have motion ones, and then they have some that you could just leave it on all the time. I don't know. That just, and maybe she's using that to manipulate by saying, he's so scared. I've got to go in here and help him. And that's why I got to go help him, because he's so scared. And look, if he's really that scared, I understand. But maybe you should get off your live streams at night when they're trying to go to bed. Okay, put them to bed until they go to sleep, sit in there with them, and then do your live stream, because you're always late anyway. Just schedule your live stream at midnight, or just go to bed with them and do your live streams during the day. Go to sleep all night, take them to school, and then go do your live streams in the daytime. You get on that cycle with them. You get a habit. You get sleep habits. You get the kids to bed. If you did that and you weren't in the other room laughing and cutting up with Craig or your viewers, then they wouldn't even know. They wouldn't want to get up, because they wouldn't hear you. Cultish to me that her subs go along with everything she says. It gives grace to someone, so they do. Yes, that is cultish. Yes, that is. But that's the way a lot of creators are. Like, they can do and say the most vile things, and people just adore them and hang on to them. And I don't know if it's cultish or just it's manipulative, and they may not even know they're being manipulative. That's just their personality. But if you have any of the B cluster personality disorders, manipulation is part of all of those. So you got that too. Yeah, if you have a lawyer, you need to keep your mouth shut. Don't say anything. Just don't. Go do true crime. But the same day, she's going to come on here and start talking about everybody. Yes, bringing the DV report out was reckless and should have never happened. However, having seen the whole thing, it sounds like it was a horrible experience and very traumatic for those children. And I don't wish that on anybody. I don't wish it on her. I don't want it to, to ever happen to her again. But I also don't see how you could still be with him, because, and I know leaving's hard. It's the hardest part of it. Drama shells, you get a lot of money for drama. Yes, you do. Yeah, you can't question Brittany at all. You get blocked. You get, I went in there not too long ago and said, well, and this was when I made a video about her, and she started saying that, what about when your mental health back, she's talking about 3 years ago when I did talk to her a few times. She makes it out like we were on the phone day and night. Not true at all. But no, she started talking about my mental health and how I was struggling at that point because of an argument I was having with, I think she's got it wrong. I think it wasn't the one she said, but anyway, yeah, she turned that all around on me and made it like, you're just, putting me down while trying to stand up for herself and saying, instead, well, you're right, Barb, I did that shit. I'm not coming on here lying. Drama sells, yes. The way she speaks of them, they are toddlers, not preteens, right? Middle school. Instead of showing drug tests, just stream during day and sleep at night. That's what I said. I'm sure the computer monitor is light enough. Yes. Yeah, they've got all those, they take her phone in there and they sleep behind. Well, one of them stays behind her on the sofa all the time. Your youngest granddaughter is autistic and she is terrified of the dark. I understand that. I totally understand that. But if the child was able to come to you and say, I need you to turn on my night light, are they not old enough to do that? I guess maybe it's the dark room and okay, she had to go do it. I'll give her that. Hey, UA, I'll give her that. I think she enjoys people being dependent on her. Yeah, well, there is something to say about that. Don't we all kind of enjoy having somebody who we can take care of? I mean, I've got my dogs and without them to take care of, I could just sleep. I could sleep half the day, right? But it is good to have, you have a connection with your kids, and it's important. Unless it was an excuse, and if he's scared, log off. Yeah, instead it's like, give me a break. He's having a tough night. Again, you're using your child. You're telling us he's having a tough night. I would guess that every night's a tough night trying to get your children to go to bed. For most people, for a lot of people, it is. I don't remember fighting my parents because I just my parents told me to go to bed. I'm going to go to bed. There was no fighting about it. But I grew up in a whole bunch of different generations from now. Yeah, and then Jen and Jersey, exactly. There's no wonder why the kids are afraid. They hear her saying that all the people are coming after them. We're going to watch a video here, part of a video here in a second, where she's looking to buy cameras and stuff. Well, you talk about true crime in front of them, and Craig goes in there and goes, "Are you okay? Why is that devil always coming after you?" Telling the kid that the devil's after him. I mean, I'd be scared shitless. We have motion lights for our bathrooms, and my youngest grandson has a night light in his room on at all the time. You're worried, Holly? Yes, there's so much they hear. There's so much they hear. I love the psychology behind this. I know we can't diagnose, but once I graduate, I'd love to deal with the internet crimes and related. Yeah, I would. That would be really interesting, Sarah. It would be. You need to take care of you. If somebody's having trouble with all this, please take care of yourself. Yeah, I know, Crimson. I'm trying to be nice. Jen, for real, especially talking about how traumatized the kids are right in front of them. Yeah, and you talk about that they're driving by our house. They said they were going to, she claimed that one time that they were going to seal off her front door and set the house on fire. You say these things in front of your children. And then there was actually the person who lost their life out in that ditch. Hold on. Excuse me. Out in that ditch. And the kids know all about that. You went out there, Craig went out there with a gun. And I don't know if he shot it in the air or what he did, but, I would be terrified living there. She went off on you a couple times, Sarah, and slammed her fist on the desk. Wow. Brittany said just last week, so many of her subs are starting to believe all this BS. I like to think we're all super smart by not enabling her behavior. I live on the block list with her. Well, again, I'm going to push the thing about the enabling that the people who support her, by watching her, by chatting in her channel, by giving her money, you enable her. All those things would go away. But if you just took your money, if you just took the money away, she wouldn't be able to keep doing this. You finally stopped going there. Why did she drop the charges? Yeah, UA. I mean, that's weird, because if somebody did that to me, I wouldn't do that. I would no, but maybe if I felt like I didn't have any other options. I mean, if she's going to keep the charges up and still live with them, then you couldn't do that. I guess she needed a place to live. The TV should never been brought out, and discussing creator who brought out and talked nasty about elevated truth. I didn't see all that. Hey, number 48, big girl for life. Hey, would y'all mind, if you haven't, please hit the thumbs up. It gets the algorithm to say, oh, there's a lot of people enjoying this live stream, especially when I would make comments that actually made sense. Blocked. Yeah, you can't go in there, and you can't even like, I sent her a message, and I'm like, I'm worried about you. This was after the TV reports had come out and the gun had been pulled, and I'm just like, I'm concerned. And she's like, we're fine, leave us alone. So I mean, what happened to Britt with the DV, and what happened to Elevated Truth with what happened to him when he was 4 should never brought up. And I don't know who brought that in. I like seriously have missed all that. When you're trying to do a YouTube channel, when you're trying to create, you don't have as much time to watch other people. So that keeps me out of some of the drama. Always projecting. Yep. Yeah, she did just Irish immediately. She sure did. She was all over my mental health, and I'm. It's no secret. I have depression and anxiety, and I don't wish it. I don't wish it on anybody. But to bring up something discussion or problem that I had 3 years ago is pretty ridiculous, and it's gaslighting and it's manipulative, and it's to make me look less than. Oh, she's just some crazy girl woman that I used to talk to, and she doesn't know what she's talking about. Right. My daughter's the greatest mother ever. My granddaughter goes to bed at 8 every night. She turns on It's Little Turtle. Yeah, you have to have a routine. It's called what is it called? Sleep something. Our bodies are built to sleep at night. Some people that's off in them, and some people do have to work overnight, so they have to get in a different rhythm, but we're made to sleep. You have to sleep. I feel like there's some distractions going on. I'm very uncomfortable with her saying I need to help my kids with their baths. They are 10 and 11. They should be able to get their water on correct temp, wash themselves. Yeah, I don't have children, so I don't know, but I did a video the other day about when children are they're in the development years that I covered, and you're going through a lot of stuff in there, and I just don't think that at 10 and 11, I really don't remember having to have help getting a shower or a bath. But I mean, I don't know. Yeah, she told that. Yeah, the devil was after him. That was kind of it for me. Where's the evidence of the set the house on fire though? I felt like BJ actually comments some of those comments. Yeah, I know. We don't ever know. She could be in there all those times when she says, hold on, wait. She could be she's got her phone and she claims she's on her phone. But anyway, I do not know about no house fire. Yeah, I don't know about a house fire, but I think what she's saying is when they said they were going to, I guess they were going to nail her front door shut and set the house on fire. But in old houses, you don't want that to happen. Holly says, do you feel like Brittany has been dehumanized and some of the men on this platform have attacked her in ways no females should have to hear about themselves? Well, I don't think that the men on here should be able to talk down to women anyway. And really, I mean, I try, like, I don't come on, and I never did come on and make fun of how people look. They were making fun of her teeth the other day. Well, because she makes fun of their teeth. She makes fun of their teeth. So, I mean, I get that. I get how all that works, but she acted like there were several stories where the report was accurate, and then she implied it wasn't. You say you do feel like she's being dehumanized. Yeah, I don't like. I think she gets herself into that. Hey, postcards. I shouldn't laugh, but a friend from a previous job had a husband who became addicted to pills, and he literally dug a huge hole and stuffed all his doctor shop scripts in a tube in the backyard. Wow. Sounds like some hallucinations or something. All right, we got just a little bit left of this one.
A little, but they're just too small. I was scared they'd put the pegs in their mouth. But now that they're older, that's actually a really, really good idea. I love those things. They're so nostalgic. I'm not trying to be rude to you, John, but it's a little rude telling me how to run things in my house, don't you think? Just see, just saying. Brenda Stapleton, thank you so much for the 10 super chats. Lord, you gonna send Laura. Laura, you gonna send her through the roof. Man, so like I said, I don't normally listen to these channels because it just upsets me. And I honestly don't want to ruin my day. But when I went to go do school pickup today after I did my live, curiosity got the best of me. And I went over and I listened to old Laura and to see what she had to say. And let me tell you, girl, she's doubling down on the dumbest thing imaginable. And guess what? The one thing that she thinks that she's got right, she's still wrong about. She's still wrong. And then I sit there and I listen to her put Brenda down, putting all my subscribers down and saying that all of you are being kind
They are.
and all of you are being taken, talking about I'm grifting and stuff. Where's the grift exactly?
Brittany, where's the grift? The grift is everywhere. The grift is everywhere.
Exactly. Can somebody please tell me where the grift is at? Do you see me on here asking for people to buy my kids school furniture for their dorm rooms?
Brittany, if you had a child in college, you would be asking people to buy furniture for their dorm rooms, or you would be asking for money for something and using it for furniture for their dorm rooms. Normally, you don't really buy a lot of furniture for dorm rooms, but I mean, I haven't been in a dorm room in years, so maybe that's changed. But you do want to fix up your room and do stuff like that, and it does cost money to do everything. And I think I know who she's talking about, but it doesn't matter because you would ask for money for your child. You come on and you say it's so and so's one of your children's birthdays, and you get flooded with money.
Do you see me on here asking people to
You
pay
don't
for
have
my
to
kids' dorm?
specifically say, "Will you give me money?" You've got your whole channel monetized, and then you roll across the bottom, which I'm doing. I'm not monetized, but yeah, I've got it scrolling that I have PayPal and Cash App. You do all of that, and then you say, "I never asked for money," but you do.
Dorm? What do you see me on here asking people to give me money for
Hey, Amber.
anything other than super chats, PayPals, or super chats and memberships?
Yes, super chats, memberships, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, whatever else, and the lawyer fund.
I have the fundraiser, but I don't even hardly peddle that anymore. Like this whole grift, it's so.
And you used to go behind the scenes because one of the people you go behind the scenes has told everybody it's T. Adams. And what she told me the other day was that you got 200 she gave you, and then you asked to borrow 200 and you didn't pay that back. That's the only thing she's told me. I've heard other numbers being thrown around, but that's what she personally told me. It's one thing if you're giving money, but it's another if you want to borrow it. And one time, Brittany she was asking for money for gas money, I think, gas or something with the vehicle. And T. Adams had told me that she asked for this money. And then I got a text from her. I got a text from Brittany about the van, whatever it was, the van's still broken or whatever. I can't remember what it was. And I was like, what are you talking about? I knew because I had talked with T. Adams. And so I texted T. Adams and I'm like, this is what happened. But yeah, she was going to people personally and asking for money behind the scenes. So you're telling us you never asked for money. Now that's been a couple years ago, I think, or I don't even know.
So funny too, because like the biggest grifters are the ones that say the most about me
You do.
grifting. You know, like I heard B Tim the other day saying that I was asking, like I asked for people to pay my bills and stuff. Where?
You used to always ask for people to, and I know I'm bringing up what she used to do. So maybe she doesn't do that anymore. Maybe she doesn't ask people to pay her bills anymore, but she used to ask for gas money. She asked one summer, the kids are out of school and now, you know, their snacks are so expensive. I need help with that. She's asked for I don't know. She used to always want $400 for something. And I don't know if that was her monthly trip to that to get those injections or what.
Where's the last time I did that?
Yeah, well, we don't have
Can
it because you took all your videos down.
Somebody tell me the last time I've asked anybody to buy anything outside of super chats. I have asked for help with the attorney's fundraiser, but I barely even peddled that. Barely even pushed that.
I don't know.
When's the last time you see me drop my fundraiser? Let me see what JP.
Why would you still need to drop your fundraiser when you got all the funds for it? You said it was, you said first you said 10,000 and then you said 8,000, and one of your moderators said that the mods gave you 7,000 of that, and you keep saying you threw your own money into it. Oh, we had to throw out of pocket into that. Well, out of pocket into something for yourself is not like it's your lawyer. You should. I had to pay out of pocket. Whatever. You're not running a business where all your business expenses are on the business. I just can't.
He just said.
Yeah, they said
Oh,
the mods
and
paid
Luminous, thank you.
$7,000. UA is still here. Oh, can you see UA? Can you see Boston? Wait, I'm getting confused. Okay.
So much for the $10. I appreciate that so very much. You guys are amazing. JP says my kids walk right past my husband and come to find me all the way across the house to ask me to do something for them. It's just mom life. Yes.
Well, I wouldn't go to my dad either if he said the devil was after me. I'd be scared of my dad. And he saw it. He saw what happened to her. I mean, the kids were younger then, but I would have went in that like 5 years. Like they were little. They were probably what, 3, 4. They don't forget that stuff. Okay, are you recording them all? Okay, Crimson.
Say it louder for the ones in the back. I'm just going to be real with y'all. I shouldn't say this, but I think most of you mamas get it. My kids don't want my husband to do anything. They want me.
Like, they do want you, and I understand that, but there's going to come a point where the children, they're not going to be coming in there all the time for her because they're kind of at an age when you wouldn't expect them to anyway. But yeah, he doesn't even get up from his bed to go get his own antacid or whatever.
Not even kidding. He will sit there and be like, hey, she's on the live. Let me do it. And they'll be like, no, I want her to do it. Or, hey, here, buddy, come here. I'll help you. No, I want mama. Like, that's just kids. I don't know. That's the way they are. They always come to me. Sinner says, Sinner. Hold on. I'll show it. JP. Sinner says, JP, unblock me.
Okay.
There you go, Sinner.
Now we're going to watch this one, and let's see what some of the points of this one are. She's going, okay, on this one, I'm going to set up for you a little bit in how she's using manipulation by saying that they're all so scared and they need all these cameras, and you know she's She's grifting for camera money. She lies about CPS. She demands proof about car driving by a house, gaslights. She's the victim. She's putting all this, I'm scared. My family's scared. We need cameras. This stuff's been going on for a long time, at least a year. And you don't have adequate cameras yet? A car drove by your house and it got put on the internet and it scared you, but you didn't put in cameras yet? That's a grift. And you talking about, I've not asked for money. No, you tell everybody you manipulate people. You tell them that you're terrified. Your kids are terrified. CPS pulled up with 4 cars. Blue lights flashing. It scared me. You're scared. They're calling CPS. Oh, they're gonna SWAT us. We need cameras. You don't have that yet? You've raised money for it before. So yeah, we're gonna watch this.
Hello, Big Mama. Welcome. Hey, Holly. Hey, PJ. What's going on, everybody? Come on in. Yeah, please hit that thumbs up. I'm gonna go ahead and do this too, guys. Ooh, child. Ooh, child. There's so much going on that I just don't even
Yes, Willow Blossom. She did raise money. She did raise money for cameras before, and yeah, they can't depend on Craig. We don't even know what all goes on. Like she says, we don't know her. We don't know her real life. We don't. If this is her on camera or her, sitting at her computer and doing a live stream, I don't want to know what goes on behind the camera, right? You know what I mean? Didn't her subs bot? Yeah. So there's that. She did. Yeah, she was strapped with cameras and then strapped with guns and all that too. Yeah, they said he's been missing for 6 days. Dry begs so she can say she doesn't ask for anything. Yeah, we're not stupid, Brittany. We're not stupid. You're manipulative.
know where to begin, but I'm just gonna come out and say it. My links are in the chat. I am freaking, I wish I could explain this to y'all. What I got to, there's a lot happening
Brittany.
that you guys know about and that you don't know about. More things have transpired.
This video that we're talking, she's going to ask for cameras was 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago.
Since yesterday. It's unbelievable. And I've got to make modifications like ASAP. So people are asking about cameras, and we do have cameras in the front and in the back. We have a camera in the front and then in the back, but the camera, the front, my driveway or my yard is on a hill. So like the road is like you have to go down the ditch into the road.
It doesn't look that much on a hill.
So the camera doesn't see the road.
Cameras can be pointed any which way, Brittany. Are you stupid?
Also, if you could see, I mean, y'all have all.
Yeah, she's having to make modifications for CPS because this was after they came out again.
Seen my house because they freaking stalked me.
Wow.
I've got to try to focus on getting cameras on the side.
Maybe he has, Sarah. Maybe her attorney already has dropped her as a client. She's a liability to his law firm and reputation. Yes, I don't like, if I got a crazy letter from him, I would probably call him up and be like, what is this? It is a flat hill. Flattest hill I've ever seen. Me too. I'm like, I've got a camera on my front door, a Ring camera, and I had to, you set the parameters for it, and sometimes it still picks up if a car's real loud and goes by, it'll pop on for that, but it doesn't pick up every car that goes by. Sometimes it picks up people walking down the sidewalk, but for the most part, it's for my porch. But you can get all kinds of cameras, Brittany, and I'm sure you know that.
As well, the ones that light up. And according to the the officer I talked to, he said it's going to be a pain in the ass, but I need to try to get one that I can face the road where I can actually see.
I'm just going to say this. Excuse me. If I lived out in the country like that, and I was scared of all these things happening, well, I would have already gotten cameras. And secondly, I would just hire a company to come out, because I'm not climbing up on any roof or anything. And like I said, I've got the camera at my front door, and that's plenty for me. But why do you need a camera on the road? And you've got that gate that supposedly tore up your van. But can't you just drive around the gate? I don't understand the gate either.
See, somebody, I can actually see the person ride by, panning the phone up, so I can catch it. Because boy, how great would that have been?
She said that the gate flung around and hit one of the windows, and then the other one the heat just made it pop out into tiny little pieces. And I just think if that was the case, wouldn't that happen a lot? I mean, I'm in Arkansas. It gets just as hot here as it does in North Carolina. I can promise you that. Okay, back.
So yeah. D Bucks girl, I think I don't know. Do you guys, anybody have any suggestions? I'm looking. Moon cameras. Okay. If anybody has any suggestions.
Right, the gate's set out there for the cops and the CPS. And that's why the CPS has to get, they have to get the police to come with them. Well, and after the gun, they definitely did. But I think that's in this video.
It would be greatly appreciated, because I have no clue. Like, I need some that.
Yeah, it's rare.
Pick up a good, like, I need some that light up motion, but actually pick up a good distance.
She's sitting here acting like she couldn't just go on Amazon and find 50 models of that. Like it's some weird thing that she's got to have. Get night vision. The light up kind is only going to be if somebody's kind of right around your house. But
hey, IML, good to see you. Y'all, I'm telling you.
Right? You live in Texas. Never heard of it.
I can't believe what's happening. I can't believe what these people are doing.
Scotty dog, welcome. Why not? You just put up a big old gate that says no trespassing, and everybody's supposed to just agree with that, right? I would just be like, well, no, I wouldn't enter there. No, I wouldn't, but I'm not scared to death either. Yeah, all those cats would set them off. I wonder how many she has. Please spay and neuter your pets, y'all. I'll do a whole live stream one of these days about the overabundance of animals these shelters have to deal with. Maybe I'll just go down to my shelter and talk to them and let everybody see, because I adopt my dogs, and I've got the two here. One I got in town here when a year ago from the shelter, and they're always out of space, and always having to, make decisions about which one has to go. It's really sad.
You can move the back one to another spot temporarily till you get more. Yeah, I'm basically going to have to freaking turn this place into a
Wow, Crimson, that's cool.
freaking prison yard, like with the cameras.
That's amazing.
Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, Margot. Thank you, Margot. Britt, you need total coverage if you're unable to do this yourself.
It's just Irish. It is for anyone, it's insulting. But the thing about it is, if you're manipulated enough, if you are enmeshed with this person that you just idolize. I mean, people go in there and she sets up, she's going to go live at 6:30 and they're in there at 6:30 chatting. And then she moves it 3 or 4 times. And at 10:30, they're still in there chatting, waiting on her. What could they could have watched 15,000 other things while they're waiting on her. They can't wait to see her. So she's got some kind of pull on them. That's where people get the cult-like. It's cult-like. Well, I don't know. And still giving her money.
There are companies that we offer these services.
Yep.
Well,
checking on the cat, see if it was pregnant. She was pregnant.
I'm looking into them. I tell you, they're not cheap. Jesus, they're not cheap.
That's right, UA.
So it was brought to my attention that Granny said that I lied about CPS coming to my house yesterday. I didn't lie about that. I just want to say that. I'm not even going to address her, but I'm just going to say that. I didn't lie about that. And all of you you get what you want. You're getting what you want, and you're making it, oh God, there's so much.
Just get ready here. She's coming at it.
Get a ring cam, place it in the middle top of the house. I did, and if something happened, I shared through neighborhood and caught different angles on cars. Oh, wow. Okay.
Dead air. Dead air. Dead air. Dead air. Come on, Britt. Let's go. Well, I've adopted all my dogs and stuff and fostered.
She knows that. So I do have a question, because I heard Moon say this earlier, and I'm going to ask this. Show me. I'm asking for the proof that video of the person driving by my house, I want proof that was on X, and I'm asking my supporters, people that support me and actually care about our well-being, I'm asking you guys not to let off on that either.
Me either.
Don't
Heather.
let that go. We need to demand proof. I heard Moon asking, and I'm with her 100%. I want to see 100% evidence that someone.
Brittany, you want everybody else to show proof, but you never show proof. That whole ordeal with the drug screen was utterly ridiculous. Having Moon put it out and then arguing back and forth about it. And if you have a piece of paper, just take a picture of the piece of paper and then upload it. Holding up stuff on the phone, that was intentional because nobody could read it. And nobody's going to believe you after you put out those invoices saying you paid your attorney.
One drove by my house 6 months ago and it was on X. I want to see the proof of that.
She doesn't know what it looks like.
because I don't think that exists. I don't think that it was ever put on it.
Hey, Beetle, what did you said earlier you had questions. So if you have a question, it's good to see you. Do some true crime research for fuck's sake, right? The snooper, hello. I would be extremely concerned if someone didn't call CPS. Dear God, the behavior is absolutely atrocious and disturbing. And you're afraid with all those weapons? Right. Exactly. They've got a house full of weapons. They've got locked doors. They've got their windows covered. I mean, you should be set. Kids are not allowed to go outside without them.
Next, I also know what my yard looks like in the.
Oh, she did. She showed all 3 columns of his, including his social security number. Wow. That's crazy.
The winter months and in the spring months and the fall months. And I can tell you right now, if it's fall or winter, either one, the woods are bare. It's naked. There is no green at all. There's no greenery at all. And in
really
that
matter?
video, my yard was lush.
Does it really matter when a car drove by? Because cars can drive by. We've seen pictures of your home. I mean, I think pictures of my home got out. I got doxxed, and even before that, I had another creator who I found out recently that Natasha Cooper had looked me up and had was sharing it with her mods and friends and stuff. So, I just found out about it, but I mean, it's the way it is on here.
And the
okay,
the woods were full. No, that is not true, Christy. And I'm not even asking anybody for anything. Stop it. I'm coming on here and I'm talking about.
Thank you, Pops and Sass. Good to see you. Wait. I mean, thanks, Beetle Maniac. I'm glad to be back. Thank you. Damn, she doxed her man's social security number for future dramatic content storylines. Yeah, that's true. She'll say that, I don't know, she'll say that somebody's doing something to her. Did a car drive by? I'm just asking. Well, there is a little video snip of someone like driving by and it's her house. So they did, and that would creep me out if somebody drove by my house and photographed it and put it on the internet. That would creep me out. Would I be scared? I guess it depends on what was going on at the time. You did see the picture on X of her house? Yeah, I did too. But not the drive-by video. Do not put it out. Yeah, I'm not putting out people's stuff. Hey, Tracy, how are you? Stop it. I'm not drifting.
Cameras. And I'm asking guys give me some suggestions because I don't know what kind of cameras are good for a wide angle. I'm not asking anybody to buy me anything.
Brittany, you're on here complaining and talking about you've got to get more cameras, and that's dry begging from what I've been told, and that you've already got money for cameras before. You make a lot of money, buy your own damn cameras. And besides the fact of why are you just now looking at cameras? And plus, you want your subscribers to come in and explain cameras to you? Why don't you just pull up Amazon or ask your boyfriend? Doesn't he know about stuff like that? I just don't understand. You're weird.
So stop it. Not once did you hear me ask for $1. You people always do that. And stop worrying about what I'm doing or if I am asking for money. It's none of your business. The landscaping ones can place anywhere in your yard. Ring has a cam along. Ring has come on. Okay. That's kind of what I was asking because I didn't know if Ring was like You know what I mean? That's kind of what I was asking. I thought about maybe getting the Google ones to connect to my stuff.
Yeah, you can just go into Google and put in wide angle security cameras for home or business or whatever. And I'm sure that you would get all kinds. You'd get pictures, you'd get stuff from Best Buy. You got a credit card. Why don't you just go buy them on there? I mean, come on. Dry beggar.
I mean, okay.
She just can't grasp her lives are public.
Let
Her
me
lies
see.
too. Wow, TJ.
Accountability starts in the mirror, baby. I'm sorry, Britt, that all this is going on. I'm praying for you.
Brittany takes no accountability, though. None.
But in my opinion, Mr. B was the one in the wrong, and I'm sorry for that. Doesn't change what happened, Randa. That yeah, he was in the wrong for.
Sarah, did she act like an expert, a camera expert, when Sebastian's case? Well, no, because she never looks up anything. She has to go pull up everybody else's videos where they took the time and the energy to pull the cameras up and do this and that with them and do all that and then make their video. And then she comes on and just shows their video. She doesn't even have any input. Yeah, write him off. You said you were going to put your channel under a business name. And then when you do that, then you can, well, you're also going to pay taxes on having a business, but you can deduct things. Why should subs pay for anything at all? Could you imagine doing this daily at a regular job? There is zero pride, and then people question it, and her tone is like speaking to a 2-year-old. Well, yeah, the snooper, and she says she doesn't ask them for money. Wow. Is an input, right? Has she seemed extra condescending lately, or do I need a break? Probably a little bit of both, just Irish. Whenever any of her supporters say anything against her, question her, she will cuss them out and block them, or talk about their mental health like she did me. I still can't believe the statement she said a couple of weeks ago. Same time she got Craig the watch and ring, she said, so apparently you can have a fundraiser and buy things still, use your own money. I was during Collie Rodney. Yeah. Yeah, you can expense. You could, I mean, I doubt that she could itemize, because when you have, they've made the personal deduction so high that a small little business like running a YouTube channel of the size of hers is not enough to itemize. But if you put it under a business, then you could itemize. And she said she was going to do that, but she also said she's going to do a million things that she doesn't do. All right, we better go back to
the other day, but guess what? That doesn't stop. That doesn't stop, or that doesn't negate everything that's happened up to this point.
If you're, I'm just going back to what somebody said a minute ago. You can't work a real job and be hours late to it every day. You can't even be 5. I mean, it depends on the job and it depends on your boss. But I don't know very many jobs where you can just show up and be late all the time, and that you can whine and cry and ask for, well, my baby wants me to turn on the night light. I better go home and do that, and then I'll come back. You couldn't. No, I mean, we've had real jobs. You don't do that. You don't do that. Crazy B6. I don't know how they can afford to eat out so much. Oh my gosh, I know. I just don't even. I have not eaten out in months. Because, I mean, I used to just get stuff. I'd get stuff to bring home and eat because it's just me, but I haven't done that in months. It's just gotten so expensive, and then you're not really sure what you're going to get from that restaurant, if it's going to be good or not. And then it's a lot of money. I mean, it's just crazy.
At all. Yeah, he was wrong for that. I make no bones about that. I never have. He absolutely was wrong for that. But that does not cancel out what we're going through and what's constantly happening. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know. I haven't even told y'all what all happened yesterday. Y'all don't even know, but
She's getting ready to talk about the big news. Crazy B6 says, wonder if her sub's paying Eat That Well. Right. You're going to sit here and give money to give money to her, and you're eating peanut butter and jelly for supper, and she's coming home with, Japanese hibachi the other night. I mean, I would be mad about that. That's not cheap. I heard McDonald's is way expensive now. And that thing about her buying 3 ribeye steaks, the thick ones for $21 not too long ago, impossible. Impossible. Even the really thin ones are more than that now. And you're talking about getting the big fat ones. We did takeout this whole weekend, but I'm not begging online. No, it's fine if you do that. If you can afford to do that, that's fine. Nobody has a problem. And even if you can't, it's not up to me, but it's all over here. I don't ask y'all for money. I don't ask for money. Daily big news of the live. Always steak. They're all, I can't, I get takeout for my son and once a month for a treat. Okay. Here we go.
A portion of what they're doing.
3 of them, Debbie. 3 ribeyes for $21. The thick one.
Don't let the what Craig did erase.
No, I'm not gonna compensate BJ for reviewing her content. We're looking at several videos today, and am I dry begging? Probably, because I've got my 2 things running across the bottom of the screen there, but I'm not bringing them up, except that you wanted to come in here just to go out and ask me such a nice question. But no, I'm not going to give her anything for reviewing her. No, don't intend to. I'd like all my bills paid, presents, college for my children, home security, food, my car insurance, and an attorney. And everyone else should pay it. Yeah. In what world?
Everything that's still happening. Yes, he did it and he was wrong. Absolutely.
Yep, Tracy.
Fucked up. It's fucked up that happened. I don't negate that. But it also does not take away from the fact that these people have been pushing us for months.
They've been pushing us for months, and I don't do anything wrong. Right, Brittany? Yes, Beatlemaniac, she did used to really cry, and things were really more pitiful a few years ago. And now she's just gotten a lot more, I guess, mean and stronger and mean or something. Well, Mrs. Peacock, that's okay. I mean, I was talking about her running all her stuff, and I am running it down there. But that's all. I haven't been bringing it up and begging y'all or anything, or telling y'all I'm broke, or, I'm not asking for anything. Yeah, no, y'all could buy me a ribeye. That would be great, Jen. But no, I'm not. No, I'm trying to get monetized, and somebody's going around saying that I'm only on here to get monetized again. Well, I've been on here for 4 years, almost 5, and I lost monetization, and I've been trying to get it back ever since. And just because some people just started watching me recently, that doesn't mean I'm only here to get monetization. I've been trying to get monetization. I started going live because that would help me get more views, but I didn't everybody wants to be monetized. Well, some people don't want to be monetized. Okay. But I do. It costs me money to have a channel, and I want to do it. I want to be monetized. Yeah, I'm not whining about victimhood either. Yeah, think of all the people who just go at her and stuff. Lord, is she blinded to his flirting beside her? Mm-hmm.
In a year now, over a year. Over a year.
Hey, perfectly imperfect. Good to see you.
Okay, thank you, Randa.
Where is the attorney?
I don't, yeah, I wish I wouldn't even said nothing now. I should known these people. Listen, y'all are so obsessed. You need to stop. Why? Hurting my kids isn't helping this at all. Hurting my kids is not that what y'all done to my kids yesterday is sick, and you're still doing it. You're still doing it. No, Joe Reese, get out of my chat. You don't have no.
Oh, she has two channels that are monetized that she flips back and forth to, and now she's got a Patreon that's monetized. But she doesn't need money from people. Oh, just a gal. You're still the same snake you've always were. New hair, same snake. Blah, blah, blah. Great Dane Lover says, she just can't take accountability. That's where I shop, Aldi. We don't have one of those here where I'm.
No right
where I
coming in
am.
here saying anything to me. Yeah, spiritual being. He
She was getting ready to
absolutely
talk
is.
about getting CPS coming out. Hello. Come on, Britt.
No, it's a big mind fuck. It's a big mind fuck. I'm gonna have to come on here on members only. Oh, more than threatened daily. I'm in ML. More than threatened daily. They called more yesterday.
Poor Brittany. They're calling CPS all the time. Well, that's up to your CPS person to tell people, y'all need to stop calling. We've already got this covered.
Go tell them to stop. Go tell them to stop. I'm not even doing anything. I'm live on my own channel. Over here talking about cameras.
Cameras.
Oh my God.
Yeah, stop with they, them.
I hope so, Triggered, because this is crazy. And once again, I'm being told to shut up.
Poor Brittany gets treated worse than everybody. So her people will feel sorry for her and send more money. Well, a few
I was
years
live,
ago.
yesterday. I went to go leave.
Here we go. Here we go.
You just can't. I'm about to have to go into members only. You can't get rid of these people. They just won't leave me alone. Just will not leave me
Poor
alone.
Brittany. I'm sorry. Those people.
Last night, I went to go. Last night, I went to go get dinner at 8:00. I'm pulling out of my driveway. 4 cop cars pull up. 4 with a caseworker. They called CPS again. Do you hear me? I am not the problem.
This was the day after somebody was drunk and had a gun and they were pointing it around and they were just acting out totally. The day after.
Am not the problem. This time with a whole new list of lies and allegations. 4 fucking cop cars. My son was terrified. He thought that I was getting arrested. Don't come tell me I'm the problem. 4. I wasn't
with what somebody said in here earlier is like, I'd be surprised if nobody called, because I considered calling CPS myself. However, I'm not a mandated reporter, and I do not live in the same state as you. And so what am I going to tell them? I saw you acting weird on YouTube, but the part with the gun, I guess anybody could have called that in. But I guess I'm just one that doesn't want to overstep my boundaries. I don't know.
even going to say anything about it, but you know what? Mm-mm.
Yeah, me too, TJ.
This is abuse. It's abuse for no reason.
She's crying. You should have been crying and mad at Craig, because he's the one who did all that in the same room as you while you were live. It's his fault. You were over there nodding off. That's why you didn't even know what was going on. Another story, if CPS did come, it was Craig waving a firearm about on a live that flagged this. We do know that they actually did come to the home, because I think it was Clue and Cletus had pulled up the dispatch, and I heard it. Like, I heard they came to her house. I don't know if there were 4 of them, but it was for a, quote, new CPS report. Lord have mercy. All right. She's crying.
I'm not, Gary. No, Running Bear, we're not the problem, and we're being cleared of it right now. You people are going to keep doing this, and you're going to get in trouble. You're going to get in trouble. I promise. I promise.
Has anybody gotten in trouble yet? Do y'all know? Let me ask y'all. Have you heard of anybody that's reporting her's gotten into trouble? Heather says, I don't agree with calling on that stuff, but I do think she needs to rethink this lifestyle. I do too. And like I said, I didn't call, but I was certainly concerned. Yeah, she's crying, but she never turns on the camera when she's crying. Dead air. Dead air. Dead air.
I'm the problem. But every time I go live, y'all come and flood my chat. Every day, all y'all do is talk about me. The whole your entire time on YouTube is to talk about me the whole day.
Mine's not.
The whole day.
Mine's
the
not.
whole day. Don't tell me I'm the problem.
You are.
I'm not over here calling anybody to bother you or to affect your real life.
Brittany, if you weren't doing weird stuff and manipulating people and gaslighting people and lying constantly to everybody, nobody would be doing this to you. Nobody's doing this stuff to me. Craig has been missing since Wednesday. Hey, Mittens and War, good to see you. It was a valid call, in my opinion. I can say that I was concerned. I was not surprised someone called. That's pretty much what I thought. I thought somebody else will call, and that's not necessarily a good attitude to have. But seeing that I'm not in her state and I'm not a mandated reporter, and I heard that every adult in North Carolina is, I just kind of figured somebody would feel the need to do that.
I'm not in danger. Oh my God. Hold on a minute, y'all. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to switch this to members only. They're not going to let me have any. I'm not going to be able to stream without These poor people are so brainwashed.
They're
It's unreal.
brainwashed. You are. Yeah. We need proof of life for Larry.
Yeah, they're trying to
Yeah.
drive me off. I mean, mhm.
Stat. She's a mini maxi NC Beatlemaniac.
Give me 1 second. I
I'll call her
apologize to
Maxi.
the non-members that are decent. I don't know what else to do.
If she was able to block everybody, which I think would be impossible to block everybody, but when you block these people that are coming in as, trolling you, and you just block them and leave them blocked. But she wants that, because what has she got without reading news reports or, showing other people's videos and going, wow, wow, wow. We are better than ever. We are survivors and got our own apartment. Good, Heather. All right. Let me see.
Yeah, I'm in danger, but not from what these people are saying.
Tebow, it is. Welcome. I think it is too. She puts it on members only so that the people who really want to chat will buy a membership. That's really begging for memberships to me. You could go in there and put it on subscribers for 24 hours or 2 days or something. And that would keep the trolls from being able to just keep popping up like that. But eventually they would have been on there for, if I put mine on 5 minutes today, well, people could have seen it before I even started and became a member. So it doesn't keep as many out as members, but it does keep people from just making new memberships and coming back in. And also there's this thing called moderators, and they can delete and block people, and you can get all that taken care of. This is a lot easier.
Toys in the wind. You can't come. Let me tell y'all something. You cannot tell me about my life. This is the problem. Imagine telling somebody, hey, you are in danger. You need to get out of your home. I'm telling you, and you've never laid eyes on me.
See, I texted her after the DV thing, and I think after this, and I'm like, I'm worried about your safety. And she's like, we're not in any danger. Me and my kids are fine. And so, she wants to be there, and she's, not looking for a way out. So really, can anybody help her? No.
You've never been to my home. You've never spent a single time around us. I live this life. I live it. You stop it. Shake your hate away. And if I swear, if some of these people would just take a couple of days off and take a break from it and come back, I think they would realize that this is, it's unbelievable. And hold on a minute, Brenda Stapleton. I'm so sorry. I've gotten so.
See, she was crying, and now look, they're starting to come in with money. They're starting to come in with gifted members.
Brenda, thank you so much.
There we go.
That's
Look,
incredibly generous of you, Brenda. She says, here's for more cameras, dimmed air cameras, just pissing them off more. I love you, Brittany. I love you too.
And you're right, Scotty Dog. She tells us everything. Everything that we know, we learned from Brittany. Okay? The other stuff that we don't know, we don't know. But everything that we know that people comment on, we learned it from you, Brittany. You even put out your boyfriend's social security number with his name and address, full name. You ever heard of doxing your own significant other?
Brenda, that's really super nice of you. I appreciate that so much.
Mood change.
Triggered. Thank you so much for gifting.
Money coming in.
10 memberships. Thank you so much.
Money.
If you were gifted, welcome to the Gummy Squad. Luminous just gifted 5. Thank you so much. PJ gifted another 5.
Look at all this. Tracy, I agree with you. Craig is her biggest troll and is helping tank her channels. Champy, come here, girl. Did the mailman come?
5.
Money coming in, money going
Oh
out.
my God. You people are out of your mind. Stop. Worry about your own safety and home and let me worry about mine. You don't have a right to dictate my life. You don't have a right to determine where we live, what we do, or what happens. You don't. You don't.
You want us to feel sorry for you, but you only want money. You don't want anybody to really be concerned about you as a person or your safety after everything you've told us. And you're sitting here getting mad because somebody asked you if you're safe or something. And that's just crazy.
This is absolutely absurd. And it's abuse. I can't even cyber stalking at its worst. So they called, and this time said that for the love of God, people, they told them that I was on morphine, not morphine. They said I'm on methadone and I take a lot of methadone. And basically the same shit they've been saying, I go to sleep and my son has to wake me up that I'm on methadone.
Does CPS tell you why they're there? Like, does CPS say people are calling from the internet and they're saying that you're falling asleep and stuff? Or do they come in and just start looking around? I don't know. Yeah, and she's actually doxed her own daughter by showing her phone and the number because she's calling in. I don't know how she did it, but yeah, she showed it.
I guess that I let Neil drink, that I let my son drink beer.
I've never heard about her.
Thank you, Blueberry. Thank you so
beer,
much for becoming a member. Randa Smith, thank you for becoming a member. Yeah, Laura, the same allegations again. No, they came, Margot. They came at 8:00 last night. At 8:00 came back. And I said 4 cars. Three cars is what I meant to say. Yeah, I mean
3 or 4 cars, whichever she wants to say at the moment, along with the CPS worker to come out there at 8:00 at night. But like, it's just people on the internet calling. There's nothing wrong. But yet they sent 4 cops. So either you're lying or there was a big thing. She doesn't even talk about, they said Craig was, waving his gun around.
It's false allegations. Once again, proved I'm not on any drugs or on methadone. It was 4 cars, 4 cop cars, and a CPS car. Yes.
Okay, I got you, witness protection.
My nerves are so shot.
Thank you.
I thought I'm gonna be honest with you. When I saw that, I was like, holy shit, somebody swatted us. This has to be somebody's. Yeah, they said I let Neil drink beer. Yeah, they say that I allow Neil to drink beer.
Thanks for being here, TJ. See you next time.
So, thank you, Triggered, for the Cash App.
I wonder how much she made during all that.
Thank you so much.
That one live stream.
Yeah. So now I guess I can't go live. I mean, I'm not going to stop going live. That's my channel. I have every right to be here just like anybody else.
You have every right to be here, Brittany, but if you feel like you're in danger and your children are in danger and CPS is coming out, you 3 or 4 times, I'm not even sure how many you've said. We don't even know if it's more than that or if it's none of that, but you are the one who keeps, bringing this stuff up to the forefront.
Just like anybody else. Why isn't Ellie doing anything about the cyber stalking crap? Pink Warrior. You tell me. That's why I got to have an attorney. It's absolute bullshit. And they know that the people is driving by my house. I told them 1,000 times.
Mrs. Portland.
Yeah, I need help. If anybody can help me start reporting this stuff to the FBI cybercrimes, if anybody has any uh, suggestions or support, I have my attorney and he's working on things. But I mean, outside of that, any other options? I mean, I need all hands on deck. This is.
I've hired an attorney, but if any of my subscribers want to help me figure out what to do with all this, well, they tell you log the fuck off. Log off. And take a break and get everything settled. Get your cameras up. Get your doors locked. Get your children in a routine. Go live during the day when they're at school. Sleep at night. Get on their routine. You could go live all day long. But would anybody watch? Because, there's more people live during the day than at 10:30, 11:30 at night.
Persecution.
Yeah,
this is absolutely persecution. Nobody deserves this. Nobody. Okay, he waved a gun. Fine. So what? So did Clue. Are y'all gonna go to her?
Tracy, yeah, she brought her little boys that live there and asked them if they had had to sleep somewhere else. I heard that. She brings her kids up all the time. Yeah, let her do her own work. She ignores the real
her house. Are you gonna call on her? What the hell? This warrant's calling the FBI. Yeah.
Calling the FBI. This warrant, somebody told her this warrant's calling the FBI. The FBI, like, really? Because somebody drove by your freaking house or CPS was called to your house? I don't think the FBI has bigger things to handle.
Probably not doing anything because they are out of state. And that's one of the big things, Blueberry. That's the major problem. Different state. He showed it. Yeah, he showed it, Luminous. He didn't even wave it. But look, I'm not even making any excuses for that. But I will tell you this. It's crazy to me that one thing, somehow people act like that negates everything that these people have done. Like that just erases out everything that they continue to do.
What?
Y'all were hurting my kid, and I don't give a fuck what you say. I can bring my kids up. They're my kids. If I want to talk about them, I'm going to talk about them. You
can talk about your kids all day long, but everything that we know about your kids, we learn from you. And you're the one bringing them up all the time. So you can talk about them. Yeah, sure. It's a free world.
My kids. I have that right.
And you had your kids in the room with the pew-pew. I say gun, but
y'all are fucking wrong for what you're doing. Making them suffer because you hate me. Yes, Horseman, anybody would. Anybody would.
Okay, hold on a minute.
I'm not going to get mad, but this is crazy. And Granny, you need Jesus. I'm not like you. I won't ever lie about something like this. Ever. So stop telling your supporters that I'm lying about CPS coming to my house. I know what you're doing. I see right through you and you know it. You say that shit in hopes that they'll try to call and make it happen. It already did. It's enough. It's enough. It is enough already.
I guess the money stopped coming in because she's mad now.
Okay, what he did that night was very, very reckless out of the dark. Does that cancel out what these people have done and are doing? Does that mean that it's okay to stop my house and drive by? One wrong, don't make another freaking cancel out another. I don't understand. Yes, it was reckless. We've established that. Now what? We're just going to stay on that and pretend like none of this other shit hasn't been, that we don't have these psychopaths going live about us every single night? Listening to my broadcastify? Angela, message me, please. Cause oh my God, I'm waiting on my attorney to call me now. He's supposed to be calling me at any time today. And I'm going to get advice from him too, but I wasn't even going to say anything, but you know what? No, if y'all are going to do it, I'm going to freaking, let people know y'all are going real life. Talking about anything else except right. That's all right out of the dark. Okay. Yeah, really, really bad. Let's forget anything else that's going on. That's a part of the problem right there. Okay, that's all we're going to talk about.
Oh, look, now she got a
Thank you.
$49.99 super sticker while she's over there crying and ranting and raving about they called CPS. Well, if they called CPS and there was no problem, why has CPS been out there at least 4 times that we know of? I mean, of course they're going to call CPS when you're waving a gun around and you're drunk and kids are in and out of the room. Young children, preteens.
Investness so much. Thank you.
Right, Holly.
I just cannot believe that. Y'all can, if you want to exist in that alternate universe where one person can do something and that completely takes away from what, the overall fucking cyber stalking for over a year and a half, constant threats, driving by people's houses, threatening to come to my house, threatening to come to my state, calling my kids' school, calling CPS now officially 3 separate fucking times, multiple calls to my police station, stalking Broadcastify to listen to the scanners to hear when I make calls to my police,
So
recording
what?
every word that me, Craig, or my kids say. Yeah, no, sorry.
You're the one recording it. I mean, you're the one who's got the train crash happening over here. Everybody's interested in a train wreck. We're all watching it because we never know what's going to happen over there. You never know what Craig's going to say, what he's going to call people on the internet names that he doesn't even know. All this stupid stuff y'all say. It's hard to look away from, Brittany.
Deceased mother, making a song about my deceased mother. No, I'm not playing in that world. What he did was fucked up. What he did is humiliating to me. What he did is outright, I still don't understand it.
Tracy, you don't break mattresses, but that was the same bed that bruised her face. She broke the bed and it bruised her face. I mean, she gives out a lot of information, and some of it I don't know if that I want to hear. Yeah, we're the barbarians for reviewing her, but going live and talking about the devil's after your own child, and it's just too much. She is the most foul-mouthed Christian. Yeah. Thanks, Witness Protection. See you next time. Thanks for being here.
What he did should have never happened. But what I will not do is sit here and pretend like that's all that's happened. That's crazy. You make them stronger when you do that. Thank you, Petty Kitty. Sending prayers and peace. Love you. I love you too. Thank you for the 5 months. I mean, I can't even go live.
Go live every
report
day
with the police that you want to press charges on the caller. Okay.
CPS is not going to allow you to press charges on the caller. They're not going to give you that information. If they gave that information out, people would not report these dire circumstances. And yes, there are children who have way worse living situations than yours. But obviously you needed some cleaning up, because from what I've been told, and I don't know if it's true, you had a hole in your kitchen floor. There had been a fire in your kitchen. There's roach poop all over the cabinets. And you didn't have beds for your 2 children. I guess y'all all piled up in one bed or something. I don't know. The beds you broke? I don't know.
Yes, I'm ML. Yes, IML. Scanners. She went on Broadcastify. Clue went on Broadcastify, or maybe Cletus. I don't know. One of them sat and listened to Broadcastify all day until they found where I called the police and made the report.
Wow.
About them driving by, or whoever driving by my house.
Wow, Brittany. Wow.
To see if I really called.
Well, obviously it's public information, and you're always saying that this is happening at your house and that's happening at your house. So I'm glad they did, because that way we know that they really did come in your house that night or come to your house. Yeah, I've never heard of a mattress breaking. If mattresses broke, they wouldn't be so hard to dispose of. You know, you wouldn't have to pay to get them disposed of. You just break it down and put it in your trash.
Oh, okay, out of the dark. Anything else? Anything else?
Hey, Crafting and True Crime. Good to see you.
So did Alabama Mama and others. So did Alabama Mama and others in her channel. What? So did what, War Eagle? They put your county and location out and they could all listen. That is disgusting. Real life shit that nobody even calls out. None of that. That's all okay. I think they streamed it in private in the chat. So they're sitting by. Listen to this, y'all. Listen to this. Clue and her subscribers are privately in the Discords listening to my police scanners. I want y'all to think about that.
What?
Honey, prayers for safety of your family. One of the people made the comment that they're calling my police today and they're going to threaten to sue them if they don't do something. Seriously. They're going to sue, said that they're calling my sheriff's department today and they're going to sue them, threaten to sue them if they don't do something. So what, you're going to call my sheriff and demand
I'm sure somebody was going to call your sheriff and demand that you do something. That they do something. What?
What? Take my kids from me? You can't. There's something wrong with you. That's not even logical. That's really what they said in Vestness, that they're going to call my police and threaten to sue the county if they don't do something about me. Sue them for what? I cannot. I hope they do. I hope they do call and tell them some shit like that. Because then, oh my God, that's crazy. Jenny B, thank you so much for the $1.99.
Thanks for being here.
I appreciate it. Maybe we should listen to Gallatin Scanner. Jenny, thank you so much. Britt, can you drop that?
Scanners are public records, and no one was just sitting around listening to the scanner. It took 5 minutes to find that recording. Yes, I heard them. They found it. Like, they said it took 5 minutes. So, I mean, I don't know. But, you know, so what if 50 people were listening to it in a Discord? That's not private information. That's like listening to you right here on YouTube. And she even grifted for them mattresses too, because she went live as she was driving out to get them paid for. Yeah, she did.
The iPhone membership link. Do I have a mod in here that has the membership link? Jenny, I'm sorry. I hate even having to turn members only on, but they're flooding my chat. This is not going. Thank you so much, Luminous, for the Cash App. I appreciate it. This is not going to, I mean, oh God, help me, Jesus. It's torment. It's torment.
Okay, well, you know, we started out talking this live stream's about manipulation, and I'm just going to end. I'm done with listening to her grift and manipulate everybody about how bad her life is, how they're doing all these things to her. They're making her buy camera. I mean, because of those people, she's trying to figure out which camera to buy, and they're not cheap, she says. And then, you know, it's because of them that CPS is coming out. No, it's because Craig, Larry was, you know, flashing a gun around. It wasn't because of anybody but you and Craig. You were, and if you hadn't been nodding off while Craig was flashing his gun around, you would have known what was going on. These subs will be drained sooner than prior. One's because of economy, but unfortunately, a case will come along that will draw a new batch in. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end it with that, because I'm just like I can't listen anymore. Her, and it really wasn't about reviewing all of her stuff. I just wanted to talk about how Brittany manipulates people, and new victims, and puts everything that she does. It's never her fault. She never takes accountability. It's everybody else's fault. And as far as like, if she's using some kind of medication that's causing her all these problems, she has to admit to admit to herself first that she has a problem, and it's not everybody else's fault. So that's not going to stop. And as long as they are giving her money, they're keeping her channel going. That's all she needs. That money, you too, Sarah, all that money that y'all are enabling her. You're enabling all this behavior by supporting her channel and giving her money. She doesn't care about anybody being a maniac. I don't think so either. I don't think she cares about anybody. And I don't think she can stand Craig. Now, I'm sure she loves her children, but she acts like they're bothering her when they come in there or when they call on the phone. I would be, if it's that big of a thing for you to call your parents. All right, I'm tired and I appreciate y'all, and I'm gonna go. See you next time. And if you didn't watch yet, there was a video I did last week, I think, about how her children's they're in a huge developmental age from 5 to now, to their ages now, where a lot of things are happening, and none of this is going to help those children. So y'all have a wonderful day, and go watch that if you have a chance. And thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Bye.